What up, sorcerers and wizards? Human design giveaway. Until the end of the year, 1st of January, if you participate in the giveaway, you can win a bundle of all of the 5 audio courses, Human Design Basics, Intermediate and Advanced, Projector Masterclass, and Elemental Balancing. So in order to win, you gotta do these things. You gotta follow me on Instagram at iCreateLines. Tag 3 friends in the comments of the post about the giveaway on Instagram. Share that post on your story. And then you gotta subscribe on the YouTube channel, also called iCreateLines, and put a comment in the comment section of that video on YouTube. That's it. Good luck to everyone. One random person will be chosen on the 1st of January and will be given the bundle of all the audio courses. For everyone else, 25% off until end of December on the site iCreateLines.com. I wish everyone best of luck, peace, health, and abundance.
But I did eat. I ate later last night. I ate something too late, and then was up late and went to bed. And it's always what you ate, right?
Yeah.
Today I've had, well, just a minute ago, I crunched a piece of carrot and a piece of celery. That's it.
For the day, for the whole day?
Yeah. Yes. Yesterday I did 16 hours fast. But then last night I had a little bit of something to eat, and then it was like I couldn't stop, you know, and then I ate something else. And then before I went to bed, I actually ate a little something else. So that's the trouble I have, is I'm fine going without. I'm good. I can just go about my day normally. But once I eat something, it's so hard to stop. And it's like, my stomach is not hungry. Karen, your stomach is not hungry. Why are you, back in the fridge? Get out of there.
That's definitely what happens to me as well. And all the people speaking about the liquid diet, breath diet, and stuff like that, they all say that once you fasted just a few times could be enough. Is that you just realize that food, what food actually is just entertainment, it's just fun. And we thought previously our whole lives that you need a certain amount to fill yourself to be satisfied. And suddenly that cap is no longer there, right?
Yeah.
Like you can just eat and eat and eat, and it doesn't give you the same thing that it gave you before.
Mm-mm.
And then you gotta be the one, like your stomach is not gonna tell you this is enough because it's not about nourishment anymore.
Right. It's like I'm placating something, or I'm putting something down, and just the awareness of that. But the urge to eat, it's got to still be, some like addictive type behavior, as I'm still working on my addictions. We're getting to like 3 months out, but the food will still get me. Oh, it's like, why is that drive, that urge so much to eat? Why?
It's a habit. It's what we've been taught.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, go ahead.
I have now had like a few days a bunch of days where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, what fruit that I'm gonna have for breakfast, what fruit that I'm gonna have for lunch, and what I'm gonna have for dinner. And then I go out and I buy the stuff and I sit down and I eat it. And I'm like, but this is too much. And then the other thing is too much. And then the dinner is too much. And then I'm like, why? It's become so different in a way that if I was to really listen to my body fully, I would eat maybe something today, but tomorrow maybe nothing.
Yeah.
And maybe the day after, maybe nothing. And then after that, maybe have a big meal. And then day after that, maybe just juice. So it's
Hmm.
starting to really switch from I gotta do this much every single day. I have to sleep this much every single day. It's all kind of blending in just, okay, I'm existing at this moment. Do I need to eat right now or no? If the answer is no, let's keep going. If the answer is no, let's keep
Hmm.
going. But I realized that I have this, it's just a habit. You have to eat when you wake up,
Hmm.
or you have to eat at lunchtime, and definitely at night is kind of like
Yeah.
the ultimate. You need something to kind of end off the day to
Yeah.
make the day to have a highlight of the day, making something dope at the end. And if there's nothing there, then you know,
Yeah. It's like, am I still alive?
yeah.
Is it, am I, what am I doing if I'm not eating every few hours? It's just been so ingrained. Um, and also food is love. I mean, your mom, your grandma, that's how they, oh, here, I made you some cookies. I have you a snack waiting on you when you get home from school. And then the holidays, of course,
Oh,
bake three kinds of pies and four kinds of cookies and, your extra favorite cake and, just for you. And here's a bunch to take home. It's just, and I participated in that as well.
oh yeah.
Whenever I would go visit my parents, I would have to bake them a lasagna and take it with me. I'd have to make sure I had, on dad's, I'd always have to make dad's favorite cake because he loved my cakes. And it was like part of, I felt like, well, if I bring this, I realized that I'm like, well, I'm doing this so they'll love me. I'm doing this so they'll accept me, so they'll be happy to see me, so they'll want me to come back. And now it's like, if if you don't love me, you're not going to love me because I made you coconut cake.
Yeah.
You know, um, if I don't bake pecan pie for Thanksgiving, I'm still loved. And there was a lot of stress behind that as well because, I
Mm.
have to buy all the stuff. I have to have time to bake it and then pack it and carry it with me. And so there would be stress and maybe even a little resentment coming along with that pie, you know, because I would try to do so much.
Hmm.
And the last few holidays have been so different for me because I don't overdo. I do what I feel like doing, So, I steam a little bit of cabbage or,
Mm.
chop up carrots and celery. You know, I mean, it's like, what do I want to eat? I'm just going to make what
Hmm.
I want.
You know what?
So,
You know what human design says that I realized only when I read it that it's actually that's what it is that how we have collective circuitry, tribal circuitry, and individual circuitry. The same way there are collective breathing patterns, tribal breathing patterns, and individual breathing patterns. And when you eat the same food as everyone else, you synchronize the breathing with everyone else. If I'm gonna be on liquids, if I come to the table and this is my food for the day, like orange juice, my breathing is not gonna change so much. It's gonna be it's gonna be nice and slow because at no point is my like stomach gonna obstruct the lungs and it's not gonna
mm,
pull oxygen from my head. If I don't eat salt and other people do eat salt, their blood pressure is gonna be like this. They're gonna be breathing much faster. And then that's why we have the tribal breathing, which is the tribe kind of sitting together, eating the same thing and touching each other. And then let's
Mm,
say you have individual circuitry and you eat completely different than the whole tribe and the collective. When you sit down next to them, it's gonna be like you're a foreign body in an organism, and they're gonna try to push you out. And it's all about breathing. We all sync up, and all addictions are about breath. So anytime you say like, um, oh, I ate one thing and then it led me to another. The thing that
mm,
happens is that first thing changed your breathing pattern, and you didn't realize it. And then in that same breathing pattern, you want something else, and then it just speeds up and it speeds up, and that's how we go
mm.
from, let's say, cooked to processed junk food to in the end maybe having a joint, is because you just want faster and faster and faster and more breathing, and then in the end you're just putting salt in your face or what, you know.
Oh my gosh, that really does explain it, as to why it kind of ramps up. And it's like I just ate one thing. Why? And now, okay, now I'll just have just a little bit more, and then, but then it's the momentum
Yeah,
gets going.
your body's actually craving for oxygen, but it doesn't know how to tell
Mm,
you. You ate something, the thing is like a brick in your stomach that makes your breathing more shallow. And then your body's actually, I want more air, but it doesn't tell you that. It just tells you, I
mm.
want more. It doesn't tell you what. It just tells you, we're in lack mode. We're in lack mode. Give us something. But what it wants is sit down, do breath work, or do jumping jacks, do some vigorous exercise to get blood moving and to break the pattern.
So when I feel that urge, like something's driving me back in the kitchen, like driving me back, just go somewhere else and breathe.
Yeah, just slow down the breath.
Slow down the breath. Well, I'm sure I'll be having to try that later. Because I am going to have something to eat later, which means then I'll be wanting something else. So I will breathe. I will have breath for dessert instead of something else to eat. What's for dessert? Breathing. I Yeah, because it's just that moment of urge, just the resist. Having addictions for so many years, my resist muscle obviously
Mm,
is not strong
mm,
enough yet. So I'm gonna keep working on that. I know I got this. I know I can do
uh-huh,
it.
uh-huh.
It's just those moments.
Like, don't beat yourself up about it. I need to tell that to myself. Like after 30, or for you guys 50 and plus years of eating the same diet and habits of how frequently you're eating, how big of a portion are you eating? Are you eating with people? Does it give you dopamine? Is it a ritual? And then after 50 years, they say it takes at least seven to make like one transition. For example, meat, dairy, eggs to vegetarian. Like give yourself
Mm-hmm.
7 years for that. And then go from vegetarian to like vegan, raw vegan, give yourself 7 years for that. And then fasting, slowly ease into it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it depends how flexible and open are you, how much it really depends on the person. Some people can go like this. Some people in 1 week can go from standard American to just being on
Mm-hmm.
liquids. And I don't know, like, and it's all mental more than anything else. The body adapts, but the mind has the rituals and everything. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine does have the rituals. I can make changes pretty quick. I can pivot and make changes. I've made a lot of changes over the last 10 years, just gradually, but when I look back now, I mean it's a lot. I mean, I ate a lot of steak and, all kinds of meats. I mean, you had to have a meat, two vegetables, and bread. I mean, that was a proper meal,
Mm-hmm.
and then dessert. Um, yeah, and because you know that diet was affecting my gut bacteria, I was losing weight. So people were like, "Well, you need to eat more." So I would eat, I'd eat two plates, and two desserts, and it just made me worse. I lost more weight. So I'm in the process of really I'm in the process of healing literally on a cellular level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, healing my gut bacteria, a little bit at the time, getting well. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful to to be at the point that I am healing this before I had a
Mm.
disease. Before
Mm-hmm.
I had a disease, because once you get cancer, then the doctors will start talking to you about your gut bacteria. Then the doctors will start talking to you about, um, you know, herbal teas and some remedies you can have that are, it's like, why don't they talk to us about that all along?
Mm-hmm.
They don't, you go to the doctor with a malady, he's got pills for you.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you get really sick, oh, then they have all these, you just have turmeric tea and ginger and, all these things, and start talking to you about your enzymes and your gut bacteria levels and diversity and your immune system. It's like we can't wait till we're sick before we start that. There's no reason to suffer if you start it while you're well. We deserve it. We all deserve that.
Now that you spoke about bacteria, there's this guy called Trevor. He has a page on Instagram, Fasting with Trevor, and he does these I mean, they're not ridiculous, they're amazing, but like 21-day dry fasts.
Oh,
And he goes, for example, the last dry fast, he went to a little cottage in Ireland next to the sea, just him and the girlfriend. And for 21 days, she's kind of sitting him, just being somebody, having somebody there. And he says that once you go into a deep fast like that, there are days where you feel that there are huge chunks of your identity which were never you, but are actually the bacteria and the parasites, almost like pulling strings from your gut. And like so many thoughts, so many literal sentences, let me get this, or oh, I feel like that, or like literal chunks of mental data were never him. It was actually the bacteria trying to get him to eat a thing. And he explains it in a way like it's almost like taking psychedelics, and I know what he's talking about. It's like you feel this other consciousness directing you. Just that when I was on mushrooms, the consciousness directing me is not directing me to eat chips. It's directing me to hydrate myself and to do these things. And then let's say when I was in Croatia this summer and I was strictly on like just watermelon juice for 5 days. If I was to come these days, those days when I was 5 to 6 days just watermelon juice, there was nothing at the end of the day, like we just discussed. That's like a
mm,
big thing, big meal at the end of the day. And then I come to the time where I need to make this big thing, and I will power through it. I'm not gonna do it. And then I sit down and I'm like playing with Legos and toys when I was a kid. And as I'm playing with these things, I hear the thoughts almost like a background radio, and I'm just like, wow, it's still, I can still hear the thoughts, but it's like it's behind me. I'm playing with these toys here. I'm not gonna eat anything. And it's almost like, it's like an influence inside you. And this is the
mm,
thing that people can't, that's why people can't break it, because you need to actually accept that maybe 90% of the decisions you've ever made in your life came from a voice, which was actually a little bacteria inside your gut. And
Oh my gosh.
people can't accept that their whole life was being run by a little alien going like, give me potato, give me potato.
Well, I must really be pissing them off lately. Because buddy, they start screaming sometimes of the evening, but that's exactly what it is I'm recognizing, hey, this is like it's like a reel rolling. It's like it's on loop.
Mm.
I'm not generating this. I have my awareness. Okay, my stomach is not hungry. I've had adequate nourishment. I'm good. It's it's something else that is pushing me and bringing the thoughts back around. So that's a great idea to go play with something. Yeah, I'll try to do something physical sometimes, but I've also taken up lately, um, like making beaded bracelets.
Mm.
It's very detailed and focused and tiny little pieces, and I lots of different colors and sizes of beads, and I have used my pliers to pull the wire and set it perfectly and attach the clasp, and they're turning out really well. But that is what I've been doing of the evening to distract myself. So it's kind of like playing, you know, with the bracelets. But I made everybody a bracelet for Christmas. So I hope they like them. Because I sure am enjoying making them. Yeah, I'm using like stones, like blue lapis. Is it lapis lazuli or lazuli? I forget how to say it, but and red jasper and green aventurine and yellow tiger eye, blue tiger eye, sunstone. I've just got all kinds of different beads, and I've been making the bracelets, and that's been my Legos. That's been my play. And I, it's like I start working on that, and the hours just fly by. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I can go to bed. I don't have to go in there and be tempted to eat. Sometimes I find I'll just want to go eat out because I'm bored. So it's like, that's ridiculous. There's too many things to do to eat out of boredom. So I'll just avoid that kitchen. And yeah, I kind of like the idea of pissing off those bacteria that are giving me the urges. They're not happy with me lately.
Hey, good afternoon. How's it going?
How
Hey,
you
there
doing,
he is.
Dave? What's up?
I've been listening in for a little while. And it's a couple of points. First of all, um, when I like what you described about the tribe, because that has happened to Kay and I both, is when you're not joining in to eat the same thing they're eating. You can feel the discomfort that
Mm,
they have with you, and here eat
mm.
something or eat more, or why are you just having just fruit or nothing here at the moment while everyone else is having a feast. So it is a tribal thing that we've each gotten from our families. um and the second thing is just associated with the breath, and now I'm kind of going the other direction because I still cannot breathe the smoke that my body still wants. It seems so. Um so I'll munch something and have something to eat when that's not what I wanted either. So again, it's just all the mental
Mm.
um discipline and habits. Um you know, that I've got to master.
Yeah, not
So
like
really,
not going back. Like if you want to smoke and then instead of smoking, taking a little bit more food than usual, that's progress.
Mm.
yeah, definitely not going back. Coming up on almost 90 days, almost 3 months now. So
Dope. Dope. Dope.
yeah, too excited about that milestone and just overall the way that I'm feeling to go back to smoking, but still some food cravings and food management that I've got to work on.
And now like
Carbs. Carbs are tough to put down.
mm,
Mm. I've done really well getting rid of carbs. As long as I don't eat them, I don't want them. But carbs were tougher than sugar for me. But I got rid of sugar like 10 years ago. So I ate very little sugar. And then the carbs maybe 4 years ago.
yeah, they really fill you up. They really give you a lot of volume inside you.
Yeah, that's my weakness at the moment. My little voices definitely call for the carbs. But I've had nothing but raw vegetables and fruit today.
Nice.
So that's felt good too. And I feel better. So we're constantly experimenting. Yeah, that the good habits make me feel better, and then I'll slip back into some less than positive behaviors, and well, that doesn't make me feel as good.
Mm.
I'm back and forth, still experimenting, even though I know the answer.
Mm.
Um,
I'm about to do the same thing. I took 3 zucchinis, like really big zucchinis, and I grated them into like pasta.
Mm.
hmm.
And they're huge. They're 3 zucchinis, and after we're done with the call, I'm gonna steam them, make them really mushy, put some lemon on it, so it's kind of like a little bit salty, quote unquote salty. And I'm gonna eat them with the chopsticks. And I already know that's 2 zucchinis too much, but I need to do it. I'm still gonna do it because I need the reminder. Okay, oh, that's why you don't do it usually. That's why.
Ah.
And we need to go back and forth and like a third line, monitor the experience until you become sick of doing what you've been doing always.
Mm.
Yeah,
And I
that's
just
exactly why I'm not smoking. The intellectual element of that not being a good thing was there for quite some time, you know, but I kept going back.
until the body catches up, until the emotions catch up.
Mhm. And yeah, again, the just having some other thing to do, um, which I'm trying to read more and some other things, but the bracelets Kay is talking about, I mean, those are high quality. Those are nice. I mean, it's like stainless steel clasp, and she's crimping. It's the legit wire, and she's crimping it.
Mm.
I mean, it truly looks like something you would go buy at a nice place. They're
Mm.
it's good looking stuff, Kay.
I'm kind of proud of myself.
Mm. Should be.
I have never made jewelry before. I mean, other than like, braiding something like hemp cord or something, I've never used like tools and stones and things like that. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm looking forward to giving some of them away for Christmas and seeing people's reaction.
Hmm.
I like to surprise people.
I think you're still full of surprises.
Peace, health, and abundance. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, ask a question, or share your story. Check out my audio courses: Human Design Basics, Intermediate and Advanced, Human Design Projector Masterclass, and Elemental Balancing course. You can listen to the first lesson of each course for free. Once purchased, stream as much as you like and learn at your own pace. Check out the testimonials from happy students. Join the League of Wanderers community. You can join on the weekly community and support calls. You can book one-on-one personal human design reading and coaching calls with me. You can join us on the Insight Timer app for stress release movement classes and Q&A sessions. There is a newsletter you can sign up for, and there are my free ebooks to download. My merch web shop is available if you would like to get my original artwork and designs printed on a variety of high-quality products. You can also contact me for commissions and graphic design work. Last but not least, you can follow me on Instagram. All the mentioned services and offerings can be found on icreatelines.com, and also check out the description of the video for more details. If you have any questions of any kind, if you would like to collaborate, if you want to come on a podcast, or you have suggestions and feedback, don't hesitate to contact me. I wish everyone peace, health, and abundance.